All right, so picking up where we left off, I had misspoke. It's not Henry Clay's economic system, it was Henry Clay's American system. This is a major thing that you need to remember. This is coming on the heels of the War of 1812. And so there's this there's this sentiment of nationalism after the War of 1812. We have industry starting in America. But Henry Clay and then President James Madison, they realized and they recognized that the North and South were embarking on two different paths as far as the economies go. And so they came up with a plan to unify the nation. This is known as the Henry Clay's American system. And the goal here is the overall goal, I should say, is to make the country more economically interdependent, not independent, but interdependent, where they're relying, like each region, the North, the South, and the West, are relying on each other for economic gain. There's really three goals here to make the United States unified economically and making them economically interdependent. The American system wanted to develop transportation systems and internal improvements. They wanted to have a protective tariff. A tariff is a tax on imported goods, and so you're trying to protect these American manufacturing companies or these early factories in the United States by putting a tax on imported goods or putting a tariff there, and it would make those foreign-made goods more expensive, and that way you're protecting American industries, and people are going to be more likely to buy American. And last but not least, to have a stable currency, a uniform currency, the creation of a second national bank. The national bank's contract or charter had run out, and Henry Clay had proposed to have a second national bank. So how is each one going to help achieve the goals? Number one, the tariff of 1816, this is the tax on imports. This protects domestic manufacturing, helps achieve the goals of the American system by aiding growth of American industry. The second Bank of the United States, this would give uniform paper currency out. It would give out an extension of loans and credit for emerging businesses. This is going to help achieve goals by aiding the exchange of goods across regions by the establishment of a national currency. And then internal improvements. These are roads and canals. Some examples of some roads and canals: the Erie Canal, which is completed in 1825, and the National Road, which is completed in 1838. The Erie Canal is this 363-mile long big ditch, and it linked the Hudson River, which flowed from New York City, to Lake Erie, which is part of the Great Lakes. And so internal improvements is going to help achieve the goals of creating an economically interdependent United States with things like the Erie Canal and National Road, because it connects the interior of the country, the middle of the country, to the coast, which is going to increase shipping. It's going to open up new markets for both sides. It's going to lower the cost of transportation, and it's all around going to help. The thing that we have to remember here is that the American system is primarily going to benefit the North and the West, and the South is going to be pretty much left out of the equation. All right, so what do you have to do what do you have to turn into me? Well, I want you to identify the four terms on the left. When you're identifying them, I want the who, where, what, who, where, when, and then why is it important. And then on the right-hand side, I want you to write newspaper headlines that tell the significance of each date. If you need to look to find these dates, you can look at Chapter 7, Section 1, and they'll have these dates there. And then you want to pick one of these headlines, and you want to write the first paragraph of the story that follows these headlines. So think about what a strong newspaper story needs to have included. It needs to have a topic sentence, and it needs to have evidence. I want at least 2 pieces. It needs to have analysis, how it supports your point. It needs to have a clincher sentence. All right, so you're starting off this newspaper article about this important event that happened. You want to have a point that you're trying to make. You want to have examples that you can use to prove your point, and you want to talk about how those examples help prove a point. If you have any questions, please let me know.